Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great Pam Rosener. She is the founder and president of Young Men's Service League. Her incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, as you're well aware, some of the largest organizations on the planet started over a conversation over a glass of wine or a cup of coffee. And that describes my next guest. Pam Rosener had this vision 20 plus years ago, 2001, for the Young Men's Service League. And she's in studio right now. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Excited to be here.
Well, I want to talk about the very early days. So 2001, tell us the origin story.
Okay. Well, it was a group of moms. We had busy lives, but we were having lunch for a friend's birthday. And my sister-in-law and I both had girls who had been 2 years ahead of our sons doing National Charity League, which is a mom and daughter organization. And we were just saying there is nothing like this for young boys to get involved in. And what are we going to do to teach them how to serve people and just give them a different perspective on life than what they had from their life in Plano, Texas? And so we got a group of moms together, 8 or 10 of us, and formed a board and just started putting this concept together.
Wow. And
launched our first event. We had to go beg philanthropy to let us serve them because they didn't know if they could trust us to show up or not, and started that journey. And we are still serving some of those initial philanthropy partners today. But we just did it, grassroots effort, really. Just
started with one chapter in Plano, and now 199 chapters. That's incredible.
Yeah, we have 199. We just almost eked 200 out this year, but we are super excited about it. I think I have about 34,000 people across the United States in 23 states serving our organization right now.
Okay, and tell me the mission. What is the mission?
So our mission is to build mother-son relationships through community service. We think that when moms spend time with their sons, that they get to have a different experience level and really a different relationship level. We call it the ride home. So, you drag them by the ear to go out to do this event and to learn and to serve somebody less fortunate than themselves. And then it gives you that ride home in the car and you talk about it. What did you learn from that experience? Did you ever put yourself in those shoes? What did you think about the fact that this family didn't have food? It gives you a real life minute to have a conversation with them that we know will impact their hearts as they move forward.
I know it's hard to pick a favorite moment over, 25 years, but what's your favorite memory of doing this?
Oh, wow. We did an event, one of our very first Ultimate Gift events in Dallas. I think this was 2012, 2013. We had then probably 10 or 12 chapters in the area, and we did a huge 2-weekend-long event where we supported, I think, 10 different philanthropy projects. We built a stage for City Park Elementary. We completely repainted shelters. We built a playground for a low-income apartment complex. So it was just combining all of those efforts and then having that end result was like amazing what could happen if you put your mind to it. And the funny story that we had also worked in the West Dallas community and helping elderly get their yards picked up. And so we did have one fail in that somebody didn't show up for one of the mows So my friend Karen Sharp and I, she was my chairperson. We've got in her pickup truck with mowers, she and I. The grass was 2 feet tall, and went to that lady's house and mowed that yard because we were not going to not have the job finished. So that, I love those memories. I think Ultimate Gift is my favorite thing that we do as an organization, but that was probably the icing on the cake.
Beautiful. We're going to pull up her media kit, and I'm so glad that you sent this to us because you wear a couple hats. Not only do you serve as the founder and president, but you're also a very successful realtor. So you've got a lot going on in your life, don't you?
I do. I tell people all the time I probably work too much, and I have a passion for both things that I do. And real estate, I've been doing it since before Young Men's Service League. But also Young Men's Service League. I am so proud to be associated with an incredible team that we have 95 ladies in my leadership team.
Wow.
And I get to work with the best on the planet. And so I love both of those roles. I'm also mom of 4, grandmother of 5.5. One's going to be delivered in September. So I do keep a pretty busy schedule trying to.
And when I think about philanthropy, philanthropy has to be taught. It really does. I mean, we're born, I think we're all born selfish creatures. We're babies coming out of the womb, needing food and our diaper changed. And so, like, to take your son, and now you've had multiple sons go through the program, take them out and actually show them the reward of helping others. Talk about that.
It's, I think... sometimes I equate it to the fact that I guess the best example, we have for instance, bedlessness. I think this is a great topic that we've become more aware of in the past several years, right? And many of our chapters are tackling this as something to teach our young men. And one of the ways they're doing it is they have a meeting, and the guys all go and with their moms and spend the night like in the gym on the floor.
Wow.
And actually feel what it feels like to not sleep on a bed. And so then next time when they go to actually serve, like it's Sleep in Heavenly Peace is one of our partners, they have then that understanding of when they're building the bed, how they're going to improve that person's life. And I really think that's where they learn that deepness of, ow, that really hurt. Like I understand that now. So we really work on trying to do the most hands-on aspects of philanthropy work. We don't go do big races, for instance, where they might hand out a water bottle, right? We want them to build something with their hands, or we want them to actually have an interaction with the people they're serving, so that it does have the biggest impact on their heart.
And let's talk about that, because the people who are involved in philanthropy, they give, but they get so much back, don't they?
And a lot of people just give money, and money's great, right? I think that we as an organization don't raise money for our philanthropies because we want to teach that feeling of, the satisfaction of, I made a difference today when I showed up. I think our young men actually realize that if they didn't show up to play soccer with a handicapped child that they were meeting for the first time, that child wouldn't have had a wonderful day and go home with a smile on his face, And I think that is really what we work for, because we know that if we impact our young men ages 14 to 18, they're going to go on and be better humans. They're going to,
and better parents themselves.
Better parents.
You're probably, after 25 years, you're probably now working with some of the children of the original.
Oh yeah, we got our grandchildren are starting to get into Young Men's Service League. Mine's 2 years out. He's gonna.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I'm gonna have the first legacy there.
Okay, we're gonna show the video, or actually, we're gonna show the website for the Young Men's Service League, and we're gonna scroll down the website. And when you think about 199 chapters, I imagine that it could lead to sleepless nights for you, because that's a big organization. I mean, that's a lot of chapters.
It is. It's I have no history. I mean, I wasn't trained. I do have an MBA, but it wasn't. I haven't used it to run an master corporation before. So it has been a story that I love to share with women, because I think a lot of women think, oh, I was a stay-at-home mom, right? How am I ever going to do anything that's, that great, right? I didn't start Young Men's Service League till I was like 42, 44, something like that. And I feel like I'm just coming into my own, really, and I think women my age and my age primarily are kind of a lost asset, right? we can really do incredible things when we want to and put our minds to it. And all that multitasking that we did as a mom does come into play in this. So, yeah, I do sometimes have sleepless nights, but I've learned that, surrounding yourself with great people who share your passion then makes those nights not happen very often.
And you were telling me before the show that so much of it is organic. So you start a chapter in Nashville, and next thing you know, there's 3. I mean,
Word of mouth. With the boys wear those shirts that say Service League on the back, and people will go up and say, who are you? Why is everybody wearing a navy blue shirt that says Service League, and where did you come from? And so we have a lot of that. People find our website, they Google that and go look for it, and then we have a Tuesday night call that we do almost every week during the school year, and that's where we meet them. So they come get on the call. I present with my expansion person, and they get they catch the passion and the desire of the organization, and then they go tell 5 friends, and then all of a sudden they're back and they're forming a chapter.
I love it.
And it is not very scientific, but it seems to be working pretty well. And I think it's because there's a good story.
Yeah. Well, when I was doing homework for the show this morning, I put your name into YouTube, and I found a video that you did with Kimberly Woodard, a good friend of ours, a couple of years ago.
Kimberly.
We're going to put this on the screen because Kimberly, for many years, had a show on our network called Community Cocktails with Kimberly. So there you are in our Oprah studio. But you do have the heart of a teacher. That's what I got from this, is that you really want to educate people on, obviously everybody needs to feed their family, and making a living is one thing. But if you don't have a servant's heart, if you're not giving back to the community, you're not fully alive, are you?
No, I don't think you are. You got to think outside of yourself. I think we're called to do that, right? To love and serve others. And I think it's just vitally important to us having balance. I think if you can take care of other people, that's probably more rewarding than a lot of things that we do, right? A lot of things we spend our time on, definitely a lot more than scrolling on your phones or, and not, I do that enough, trust me, as a realtor, I do that. But, I do think that if we could all just give back a little bit, our world would be better, and you don't have to do great things. Just a couple hours here and there can really build into something good.
Well, I was on your Facebook page, and I saw a major award. We're going to put this on the screen, and we can scroll through some of these slides. So what was the honor?
The honor was an award by New Friends, New Life called the Protect Her Award. And so we, along with Southwest Airlines, were awarded this because we have contributed greatly to their program. And we do a lot of volunteer hours for them, and they just feel like we're a great representation for what the community can do to support them. And so we were flattered. I mean, I was just like, oh, wow, because we serve over 5,000 different philanthropies across the country. So I don't have a personal relationship with all of them, but because of this award, I got to meet Bianca Davis is the CEO of the organization. And oh my gosh, we have automatic friend for life, and we have a common drive, and I love that. So I got to go to the luncheon to accept the award, and they told me Matthew McConaughey was going to be there, and I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm in. This is good. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to meet?
I did get it. We didn't have a conversation. Nice. It was shake your hand, and his wife was beautiful, and she's just an amazingly kind, wonderful person too. So I got to hear her story and all of that. And it was a huge honor for us to be there. And it really made me understand, in the Metroplex especially, that, it takes a village, as they say, right? It takes all of us working together to make these things happen. And I, this spring, was able to introduce Bianca to another great philanthropy partner of ours, Janet Collinsworth with Agape out of Collin County. And, now they are collaborating. So it is just that planting that seed and letting the roots grow together for us to support the needs that we have in our city.
Well, Pam, we've got about 2 minutes left, and I know this show will be seen globally on the internet. And so if there's somebody watching this in an area where there is no chapter, what's the process? Can they contact you through the website?
Yeah, you just go to ymsl.org. It's really simple. And you scroll down, I think it'll say find a chapter. And you click on that, and if there isn't a chapter in your area, you log in for a webinar and fill in your contact information, and then we'll get you.
Wow.
We'll talk to you, and we will be happy to have a conversation. We'll come to your city and teach you how to do this. We provide everything you need to create a chapter in any city, as long as there's enough philanthropy work. We have to be able to support 5,000 hours a year. So some towns are too small, but if the town has the hours and the need in it, then we want to be there.
Yeah. Well, what strikes me is in the Bible, they talk about the faith of a mustard seed. You planted a mustard seed 25 years ago, and look at it now. And I think you're just getting started.
I'm excited about it. Our theme this past year was seeds of service and roots of impact. Wow. So it's funny that you said that, because we did plant a seed here in Plano, Texas. And the roots, I equate it to an aspen grove. The roots are growing across the nation. All
right, before I let you go, you just gave a TED Talk. We can't show it to you yet, but listen to your small whisper. Tell us about the TED Talk.
So that was exciting. Plano, it was TEDx Plano. And I just spoke about the times that I have listened in my life to me from God, telling me, or planting something in my mind that I need to do. And one of those times it happened with Young Men's Service League. We were moving along, and late at night it just came to me as to, build it and it will grow, like the movie, right?
Yes.
And sure enough, that's when I said we're going to make it duplicatable and easy to do. And I've had, in the TED Talk, I talked about that time, how we actually got started with Ultimate Gift was one. And then the third one was we actually took a young man in our home when he was 16. And I hadn't planned on that either, but I listened and I took the action. And his life is different today because of that. And so I shared those three circumstances and how some people, they hear something and they think and they take action. Yes. Some people hear something and they're fearful and they do nothing. They don't take action, but they think about it. And then some people never hear it because they're not listening, because they're just not ever focused on what I might get different out of my life if I had just tried to do something. Wow. So that was the premise of the talk.
You're such an inspirational speaker and author, and we're going to put her two websites on the screen. We're going to put up her for-profit, which is her real estate company, which is pamrosener.com. And then, of course, your nonprofit, which is ymsl.org.
That is it.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for helping me. This was great. I really appreciate it.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.